Tonight on the PageantCast, recorded at Bridal Elegance in Ottawa, Illinois, we talk to Nikki Huber, Miss Earth, Illinois, and Miss Air, United States. Tonight on the PageantCast.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
PageantCast episode 339.
This is the PageantCast. We're at Bridal Elegance, the Midwest's largest bridal prom and pageantry store. And look who I came across. It's Nikki Huber. I've been trying to get an interview with you for what, 3 years?
Something like that. Here we are now live instead of over the phone.
Yes. I prefer this because
Absolutely.
you are... I've been a fan, for a very long
Forever.
time, and really great to finally meet you. So tell me about your titles, because you're
now.
Illinois.
I am.
Okay, so go ahead.
So I'm Miss Earth, Illinois, which is an eco-friendly system.
Okay.
The entire Earth United States system is eco-friendly based. It's based on Beauties for a Cause. So every state title holder picks something, whether it's reduce, reuse, recycle, and turns it into their own. So maybe it's, reduce, reuse, recycle with Goodwill and fashion shows. Or as myself, I did something called the Mobile Garden Project, which was blending the CTA in Chicago with having a garden car.
I think I saw some
Yeah,
of
it was
these
pretty
pictures.
cool, yeah.
You put, what, plants in the middle of the CTA?
We did. We put plants in the middle of CTA. And we also had myself as Miss Earth, Illinois, and a gentleman from the UK. His name is Adam Fisher, and he rides L cars and subways in record time. So he's trying to break Guinness records. And he wore a sod suit with me. So it brought it was pretty cool, actually. It was a homemade sod suit. The gentleman that we worked with, Joe Baldwin, made the sod suit. Took about 3 months, I believe. Fitted it. It was really, really cool. If people didn't know what we were up to, at least we made them smile. And I went to nationals in August. And I placed as first runner-up, which is Miss Air, United States.
Now, where was nationals for
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Where in North Carolina?
It was kind of interesting. We were at the Carowinds. So technically, we were in that really cool border between South Carolina and North Carolina.
Yeah.
The girls and I had fun with that.
So Carowinds, it's a roller coaster park.
Yes.
Did you get to go on any roller coasters?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Absolutely. Oh, gosh. Which one was it? I don't remember what it was called, but from a distance.
Steel or wooden?
It was steel.
Okay.
But from a distance, I saw these cars kind of battling, similar to the Great America in the U.S. Or in the Midwest, excuse me.
In the U.S.
In the U.S.
Okay.
And the such as. And the such as.
Right, thank you.
Very similar to...
We're going viral.
We are. Very similar to the American Eagle at Great America, where they...
Dueling
exactly.
trains.
And I saw it, and these girls were terrified, and here I am saying, oh, we're doing this. I don't care if you're scared. You're going to experience this. You'll hate it now, but you'll love it later.
Right.
And that was our favorite, because you had no idea when you were going to drop, because you're going up backwards, and it was really cool. It was very fun.
Fantastic.
Thrill
Now,
seeker.
are you a steel coaster or a wooden coaster person?
I would say wooden, because it's classic.
Yeah.
It's classic, and you grow up in the Midwest, you go to Great America, Six Flags and Gurney.
Right.
The Viper.
The American Eagle is still my favorite.
Viper, they were all wooden. And
are you front of the train, back of the train?
I am a front.
Yeah.
I'm a front.
On wooden coasters, front of the train.
Okay, what about
steel coasters, back of the train.
Why?
You have to.
I'll have to try it.
It's a rule. It's a rule. Actually, I do switch off on that.
It depends on
really
if you're really
geeky on the subject. I do
such
not want to
dorks.
geek
We're
out
like,
this
all
much.
right, roller coasters?
Yeah.
Where do you ride
See,
and
with
why?
the B&M, I like the bet. Anyway.
Decide where you ride on the coaster.
I got really big on back of the coaster on Incredible Hulk the ride down in Orlando.
I've never been on.
Oh. We'll talk off the air.
I'm that weirdo who has anxiety. I'll be in line saying, what if, and I'm on Superman, and what if it opens up, and then as soon as we take off, I'm fine, and I love it.
Yeah, I scream so loud.
Absolutely. I like to make funny poses and faces when you know a camera's coming on purpose.
Right, I do like the Fonzie thing,
The
Milwaukee,
Fonzarelli.
I got to.
We're such dorks. I think pageant girls are geekier than everyone thinks. We're those girls who wait for the camera and we're giving the moose ears.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. If you look enough online, you'll find people that bring chessboards and they glue the pieces and it looks like they're playing chess on there. It is so funny.
They trumped me.
Yeah.
I have.
I know you hosted an event recently where there were James Earl Jones was in?
Yes,
Was
the Chicago Film Critic Awards.
You think I don't read your feed?
You do.
I read your feed very
like
closely.
This. But this is why I appreciate you and people that follow and actually care.
Oh,
You never know. There's people who follow just to look, and then there's people who care, and that's the best.
Back to Darth Vader.
Darth
for the
Vader.
Geek Boy.
Okay,
Yep.
so James Earl Jones there, and you're about to geek out in 2 seconds
Yeah.
because George Lucas was there too.
Oh my God.
I know. I took photos with him, and I don't know where they're at. And if you have them, somebody, I want my pictures with George Lucas. Super, super cool.
Is the Chicago film scene still big, even with Roger Ebert isn't
Thankfully
where
right
he is
now.
where he was?
Thankfully, right now it's pretty good. I've been working on 4 different shows right now.
Okay.
I was just on Mob Doctor last week, working on a scene, excuse me. I was standing in on Underemployed for a while for some of the lead actresses there. And then I just filmed a movie called Doom 3, which is actually an Indian film, but they're using Chicago as their backdrop. And it was my first time doing stunt work. So,
Stunt
yeah,
work?
I don't know do I still have bruises? Not really.
I don't see
Not
any, but
anymore?
you're pretty good. So,
I had some pretty hefty
you're in
bruises.
incredible shape. How do you keep in the shape that you are?
I'm a personal trainer
Okay.
for my day job.
Okay.
Pays the bills. And I love it. It's just being aware of what I'm eating, and everybody has their cheat day. Everybody has their thing.
I call cheat days every day that ends with the letters D-A-Y.
Why? I love it.
Yeah.
I have my biggest cheat, and it's Cinnabon.
Okay.
We were at the Carowinds after Nationals, and I smelled Cinnabon from a distance.
Yeah.
And they were being freshly made. I promised myself I would just smell it, and then when they told me that they would be freshly out of the oven in 5 minutes, I decided we had to wait. They're delicious. But no, I work very hard. I do circuit training, and I've been playing with CrossFit a little bit. So it's just something that's a part of my life. My mom's disabled. My dad has had heart attacks. So for me, it's also being aware of my family history and what could happen to me if I don't take care of myself.
Now, tell me a little bit about how you got started in pageantry, because I don't think I followed your feed. You were already full bore in this thing. So how did you get started?
It's kind of unorthodox. A lot of girls start very young. I started doing musicals when I was younger. I was a little artsy-fartsy with it.
Okay.
I grew up with 2 older brothers.
Now, before you go too far,
Go ahead.
you're in musicals as what musicals were you?
I did Bye Bye Birdie, Sound of Music, Joseph.
What's your favorite
You're
musical?
in Town. My favorite musical that I've been in, or in general?
In general.
It's one that a lot of people probably don't know.
Okay.
So the one that they don't know.
So you're a hipster. Okay.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
a little
go
bit
ahead, hipster.
I'm a little bougie with my musicals.
Okay.
I've never seen it on stage, but it's Hans Christian Andersen. So
Oh,
it's kind of like
Danny
the
Kaye?
brother. Exactly. So it's
Inchworm, measuring the marigolds. Yeah.
I just love that it covered almost every fairy tale and every musical that you could think of.
Yeah, and the Ugly Duckling song
So good.
with the kid that doesn't have the hair, that makes me bawl every time
Every
I
time
say
it gets you. More popular, I would say, I love White Christmas.
White Christmas
It's a classic.
is wonderful.
Again,
Yeah.
I tend to like musicals that have a lot of diversity going on. They go from Ballet on Point, that's very wintry and cold and soft, to, very Bob Fosse tap, lyrical, organic movements.
I'll tell you one you haven't seen. It's a
What?
Disney movie, and it's song and dance man Fred McMurray,
Oh.
the happiest millionaire. I literally can do the first half hour without any prompts. It's very frightening.
I think I'm like that with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Or Charlie and Chocolate Factory, excuse me, not the
Charlie? Well, Willy Wonka was the original. Charlie was the remake with Tim Burton.
Whichever one has the amazing Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker is a line
a little
in a children's film because of Gene Wilder.
I was a little obsessed with Veruca Salt. I won't lie. Like, Daddy, I want a golden goose now. You know, just I swear I've never watched it ever.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay.
But long story short,
moving on.
I got into pageants in an unorthodox way. I kept getting things mailed to me from, National American Miss or
NAM has got an incredible mailing list. I figured this out.
And Miss Illinois Teen USA at the time.
Okay.
Now I had been doing, photography and musicals, and I was definitely a little bit of a tomboy, having older brothers and getting their hand-me-downs.
Okay.
One day I was looking through this and I thought to myself, wait, I could do this. This was probably a year after I was getting the mailings. Okay. And I look at my parents and I just said, I think I want to do Miss Illinois Teen USA.
Now, what was the reaction?
Their jaws dropped.
Okay.
Because I was the girl who, to get a rise out of my mom, dyed my hair blue to match my cap and gown. And I did
What's wrong with that?
Well, a lot of pageant girls would say it's very taboo. But, it made a mom, her blood pressure boil. Yeah. So I went from that to I want to do pageants. I coached with Michelle Holmes down in Marion.
Okay.
I did very well for my first pageant, and I was addicted from then on. A lot of girls might say, it's bad for self-esteem. For me, it was very empowering.
Okay.
I think without pageants, I wouldn't be able to speak to you the way I am right now. I would have no idea who I am, like fashion-wise. That is a big part of it. Who are you? What's your identity? How can we find your niche? And I actually find the bikini portion or swimwear portion, which a lot of people in public say is so damaging to the psyche. Yeah. I think it can be a very empowering experience if you do it the right way. Well, you're so confident.
You are so confident when you take the stage. I saw you at Illinois USA last year.
Yes,
I was literally drilled back into my seat. She was like, "Here I come."
And we all have our times where we're not so confident, and it's looking in the mirror and giving yourself a smile, or smiling at somebody else and realizing, okay, I made them happy right now. Now I'm going to have a good day.
Okay.
And there's those times we all have our flaws and we all have our moments, and it's just knowing, okay, that was silly. Move on.
Right.
You can't look back. And I had a theater instructor in college at Columbia, and you would mess up in the middle of a scene that was scripted. It was Tennessee Williams, actually, and it was Streetcar Named Desire, and I completely messed up. And you can blank in the moment and get mad and use some selective words.
Right.
Or he would say you can forgive yourself in that moment. And it's that whole mentality of keep moving forward. As a female and as somebody who competes in pageants, and my profession that I'm choosing is a competition in itself, let's be honest. Again, it's just knowing who you are, what you stand for, what have you worked towards, and maybe there's something new that you want to try. That was my first time doing stunt work. It wasn't the most extreme stunt work, but I was thinking to myself, this is so cool.
What was the most difficult stunt that you did for this?
It was an entire chase scene on the Chicago River. So they had me on the front of a speedboat as a wave runner is chasing us. And it goes through a pontoon boat that's doing a photo shoot.
Now, you weren't driving.
No, but I was on the top of the boat. So I'm holding on to the windows itself, trying to make it look like I'm really relaxed and, I'm hanging out on the Chicago River, it's gorgeous out. But we're going over these waves and I'm getting all this distance, your entire body weight is hitting the top of that boat. And your arms are slapping onto the window. So not the most extreme thing, maybe technique-wise, but if I lost my grip at any moment, you better believe I would have been in that water and needing a blanket for hypothermia. Stat.
Wow. All right. Well, it sounds like a lot of exciting things on your plate. You're still representing. Now, when is United States Air? When is the end of that reign?
Next year when they do Miss Earth United States will be the end of my reign.
What time of year is that?
This year it was
summer,
August,
right?
so it'll probably be either
summertime, someplace.
Yeah, end of summer to beginning of fall.
Early fall.
Somewhere in there.
All right. Well, we'll love seeing you around town.
I love
until
having
then.
you here.
Yeah, I love having you here. This is 3 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen. And so thanks a lot. This is Nikki Huber, one of my favorite pageant contestants. and coming soon to a screen near you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Bartholomew.
Hey, Timmy.
Hey, it's Christmas time. Christmas is on its way, and we want you to be a part of things here on the PageantCast.
That's right, Tim. We want everyone to come on the program by recording their very own Christmas greeting.
Hey, what do you mean by a Christmas greeting?
That would be a greeting about Christmas. Are you losing your mind?
Hey, now, Bartholomew, you might be Santa's second favorite elf, but I think you're being just a little bit naughty.
If you haven't noticed, that's not the only little thing about me. Hey, record a video greeting wishing the viewers of the PageantCast a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever your favorite holiday is, and we'll put it here on our very special holiday show.
Hey, and there's a lot of different ways that you can be a part of things here after you record that video. Record the video in MP4 format or in WMV format, or just get it to us, and we'll try to figure it out if it's one of those standard formats out there. You can send it to us in Gmail at PageantCast@gmail.com, or you can forward it to us in YouTube. Just supply us the link. Any way that you get it to us by Thanksgiving.
And remember, Tim, they should include their name and title, or even if you don't have a current title, just let us know that you're a PageantCast listener.
That's a good point. Remember that name and title, and get it to us by Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is key, because that's when we're going to put together the Christmas show. Thanks so much, Bartholomew.
I'm looking forward to the show. Everybody, have a happy and merry holiday season. Oh, Merry Christmas!
A Merry Christmas to all of our listeners.